We continue to get you the details as to how that security breach was actually planned and executed by the people who are presently into custody. Earlier we told you how this entire smoke bomb was collected. It was put inside a shoe with the help of a local cobbler. Now everybody who was involved in this conspiracy held a meeting at India Gate for around half an hour. It was decided that Sagar and Manoranjan will enter the parliament, give one color smoke bomb each of yellow color. They hid it in the cavity of their shoes, which Sagar brought from Lucknow as well. While the rest of them, Neelam, Anmol and Lalit Jha, were supposed to protest outside the parliament. Around 12 noon, Sagar and Manoranjan entered the parliament and threw the smoke bombs where the member of parliament was sitting. That's the bit of news information which is coming in. How this entire plan was executed, how they actually planned it and made it possible. This crime that was committed by all of them subscribing to a hard left ideology. That's been their political affiliation so far, which has come out in the public domain. Presently, all of them into custody. There are various other people who are believed to have been a part of this entire conspiracy, and it is expected that the police is going to get more people for interrogation. They will have more conversations with other people who are allegedly part of this entire conspiracy. Anand Narasimhan with us on the broadcast. Anand, earlier you were pointing out how this was a well thought out, coordinated attack and a security breach that was planned. We are putting out part 2 of the details, where how these different individuals will be placed inside the parliament building was decided amongst them.
Yes, it was. And I think what was decided is that parliament breach or to do something, making some noise in parliament was something that was discussed between these people when they decided this about 9 months ago. So this has been carefully planned. It was ideally planned for the 14th of December, but they got the passes for a day in advance. So they were hectically lobbying for the passes, and they had all congregated in Gurgaon 3 days in advance, around the 10th itself. So 3 nights and 2 days is what they had already spent. And since the passes were given to them for the 13th, so they advanced their plans by 1 day. Now, ahead of coming to Parliament, Sagar actually goes to Sadar area and buys 2 flags so that they are above suspicion. He gives himself and Manoranjan the 2 pairs of shoes in which a cavity had been put, and they install the canisters. They decide to hold the canisters and along with that throw a few pamphlets just to show that they don't intend to cause any harm, but yes, they do want to create a certain amount of noise on ground. But these people entered with the whole idea of trying to be absolutely above suspicion. Imagine carrying the flag in your hand, national flag in your hand, coming as families or ordinary people.
Anand Narasimhan getting us all those details. Anand, your audio was breaking. I believe we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
So Sagar and Manoranjan were the people who decided that they will go into parliament and they will create the ruckus that they intended to create. And Neelam, Lalit and some of the others would be protesting outside, raising their voice outside. So this is how the entire modus was planned. They met for about half an hour in India Gate. Okay. Sagar even gave them the flags, and then they came in and entered parliament, and this is how they went ahead and planned the entire operation.
Okay, I'm just going to also put out for our viewers some more exclusive